Alright then. Actually, now I started again. This is true.
Because it does a fucking, like, you can hear it with voice messages where I'll start talking and it's real quiet and then it gets loud as fuck by the end.
Yeah.
It does that with the phone too. It just takes a couple of seconds.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like registering this as how loud we're talking, so it's got to compensate, or if it's catering for cunts that fucking like start their voice messages like, "Hey, how you going? I was just wondering if you were going to do a thing today because I was like,
they just
trail off." So they literally compensate for that. Maybe I don't know.
For those of you who didn't know, who are being slack, this is the Sparkle Flame podcast.
This is the Sparkle Flame podcast. Yeah, should we do a proper intro or something?
Let's do a proper intro.
Alright. And welcome back to the Sparkle Flame podcast. I'm your host, YoungTom.
I'm your host, the
Just haven't come up with a name, have you?
No, we're doing that right now.
Yep.
What's my name?
Right, just go with DJYoung. It's the one you've always repped. Yeah. It's like half your usernames and shit.
True. Alright, I'm your motherfucking host, DJYoung, and we're here in B-Town with the YT.
Yeah.
In the white tea.
Yeah.
With the nice tea.
Yeah. Well, you've got the iced tea.
Yeah, I've got the iced tea.
I've got milk for coffee now.
I'm 19.
First.
I like the Queen. She's alright.
I mean, I'm not the biggest fan.
Of iced tea or the Queen?
Not the Queen. Queen's a bit average, man. She's one of them reptilians.
Alright, just give me 1 second. I'm just going to reply to this.
Easy.
Alrighty, and we're back.
Alrighty, and lefty.
And we're back.
I'm just going to cut that out so it'll literally be a transition from give me a moment to alright, we're back.
Yeah. Delicious. I won't even know how long we're gone for. We could have been gone for 3 days.
I was gone for a few days.
We could have been in a fucking K-hole for 6 months.
Okay, let's speak for yourself. That's intense.
What, you've never been in a K-hole?
Not for 6 months. Holy shit.
Yeah, that ain't healthy, is it?
Not at all, actually, but I don't know about anyone for 6 months.
You haven't been what?
In a K-hole.
Oh, you haven't known anyone who's been in a K-hole?
Not for 6 months.
No, I think you probably would die. I mean... I don't think anyone would last 6 months.
That's comatosis at that point.
Yeah, it's like definitely some permanent brain damage.
Yeah.
If not death. Just turn you into a fucking vegetable.
You hear that, kids? Don't do ketamine.
Yeah.
It's for horses.
Strictly for horses. Even if you're the size of a horse, don't think it's okay.
Yeah. If you go to a nightclub and you got any horses offering you ketamine, just say no.
If you see this big motherfucker that
be
looks
like,
like
nah,
he
I'm cool, I've got some gear,
could have a bit
I've got
of
some
horse
grog.
in him. I don't. Yeah. Actually, I was thinking about this last night. I can't remember where it was from, but like I was just having a fucking chuckle to myself because it's so funny. I wish I could remember where it's from, but it was a joke, and it was like it's going to be hard to describe it because like there's like zero context. Mm-hmm. So there's one guy talking about another guy, and he's like it's like a reunion or something, and he's like, yeah, old mate's back on the horse. And he's like no, not the horse like he's down, like he's not back on the heroin, like it was, I think it was like Simon Pegg.
Oh yeah.
I think he was.
Yeah, okay.
He's like, oh, he's back on the horse.
Good.
Oh man. God damn it.
I'm gonna do the flight mode real quick.
I don't know if she'd want the world to know this, but my girlfriend has ADHD, so ADHD game.
Yeah. Cool.
Just got diagnosed.
Everyone's got something, man.
Yeah, that's it.
I've got fucking delayed sleeping phase syndrome.
Damn.
My girlfriend has social anxiety.
Damn. Does she though?
Yeah.
It's weird. She seems pretty...
Like, bruh. Yeah, no, it's like, she has really good control over it until she doesn't.
Yep.
But like, yeah, she's been really good lately.
Yeah. I suppose like it's... You wouldn't really see it until...
Yeah, no, it's more like she can't handle with like certain scenarios. It'll trigger it, but like other ones she'll be fine. So like say she can go downtown and fucking go to a party and socialise with people, and that's no problem. But then like in another scenario, she might fucking not cope at all and just have a complete breakdown over something that, like, you or I might not have a problem with.
Yeah, because I think I've only really seen her, like, in comfortable situations. Maybe, like, when she came over to our house. But, like, that's probably the most uncomfortable I've seen her.
Yeah, okay, no, she was pretty good there. But it's weird how fucking, like, some people can deal with scenarios and other people can't.
Yeah.
And it's just, like, how your brain's wired. Like, with my sleeping, for example, that's such a normal thing to most people. And I just, like, sometimes I just can't. There's just, it doesn't happen. It doesn't work. Or I'll go into a reverse cycle, and that's how it's going to stay for a couple of weeks. If I try and fight it, it makes it worse. But if I go with it, it's pretty much normal.
Yeah. I don't think it's, like, so much the way your brain's wired, but it's, like, what's happened in your life. Obviously, like, when it's something like insomnia, it's probably... There could be some purely just chemical things going on, but also it's like, you know, it's probably other things as well.
I honestly think it's two things. Like, because DSPS is a naturally diagnosable thing, and I have sort of been affected with that. Like, through my teenage years is when it sort of shows up for most people and then it goes away, but mine didn't. And the other reason, and this is something I hate admitting, but the amount of drugs I did really would not have helped.
No.
Especially since I was sort of, like, embracing the night life sort of mindset. Like, especially, like, when I lived in Soft Creek with you guys, right? And, like, I couldn't smoke weed in front of mum and shit. So I'd have to wait until she went to bed at 8 or 9, and then I could comfortably go in the shed and fucking have a sesh. And during the day, it was like a big stress fest, and I couldn't fucking relax and have a sesh, right? So the whole staying up late became my free time. So I've mentally associated that.
Yep.
Nighttime is the free time, it's the good times, the safe times, the whatever, positive emotion connected it to staying up at night. And that's just become so embedded in my brain that when I got on heaps of MDMA and speed, and it was doing it purposefully because you could, it sort of hardwired it, and now it's really, really hard to change it.
That probably was a big factor.
Like, to the point where it's almost impossible. It's counterproductive to try and stay awake when I'm in a night cycle. Yeah.
It actually would probably wear you out more just trying to sleep rather than actually doing things, wouldn't it?
Yeah, man. And, like, if I force myself to stay awake all day, I'll get fatigued, but then I'll hit my second wind when I get to the night, so I'll stay up all night again. It doesn't change it.
Yeah.
It's almost impossible to break it.
And, like, you tried a bunch of drugs for it, didn't you?
Yeah. I was on metazapine for a long time, and doxylamine and melatonin. Right?
Yeah.
Those are the three. And none of them worked. They all made it worse in varying degrees.
Yeah, right.
Like, say, for example, the Merts didn't affect my sleep at all, but they're highly addictive cunts. And, like, you're only meant to have them once a day. But they last for 8 hours, and you have 16 hours worth of feeling shit. So I was taking it 3 times a day, just to maintain that high from them.
Yeah.
Because it's essentially a fucking, like, a stimulant.
So, like, you were taking ones that were active all night?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Because my girlfriend takes them as well, but they only help her get to sleep. So she'll take them at, like, she had some, like, I think it was about 9 last night, and she was, like, passing out at about 10, like, just before I left. But, like, she'll wake up during the night, and it's just, like, it's like nothing, it's just... So I think she probably needs ones that go all night, because it's not just getting to sleep that's the problem. Like, that's probably a major problem, but she still wakes up during the night.
Yeah, well, the Merts are meant to help you get to sleep. The circadian, or the melatonin, was meant to help you stay asleep.
So you were taking them at the same time?
Yeah, I was taking them both in the evening. One was meant to knock me out, one was meant to keep me asleep all night.
Yeah.
But what the Merts did, instead of knocking me out, they gave me like a weird, eerie, overtired vibe.
Yeah.
It's kind of pretty much because you're on drugs. It's like...
So, like, if you did have, like, a proper sleeping pattern, because, like, would it still feel like drugs?
Yes.
But, like, I mean, like, Because obviously you were awake when you were on them. If you ate them and then woke up in the morning, like, would it feel different?
Oh yeah, because if you slept on them, then yeah, your body's been processing it while you sleep, so you basically wake up into a come down.
It's pretty trash.
Yes. And because meds aren't actually a like sleep remedy, they're an anxiety medication.
Yeah.
Which one of the side effects is potential severe drowsiness. So that's why they give them to insomniacs. Right. Because my psych's original evaluation was that I had an anxiety disorder and I couldn't sleep because I was experiencing far too much anxiety for the normal human being. That's what he guessed. So he just gave me these anxiety meds, which fucking made me ping. And like, they're amazing, bro. Like, you feel great. You feel no anxiety. It's like a confidence pill that's meant to make you sleepy, but doesn't affect me.
Yeah.
So I was just on these for a few months, and it fucking wrecked my mind. Because I was eating them every day, 3 times a day. So I didn't never hit the come down.
Shit. It's one giant bender.
Basically. On fucking pharmaceuticals, cunt.
Yeah.
Equally as bad as street drugs if you'd use them that way.
Yeah, what? Yeah, well, fucking Layla just texted me. I asked her, like, are you going on meds for the ADHD? And she's like, yeah, but I got to run through a bunch of tests because, like, the drugs they give you can, like, you know, people sell them, you know.
What, she got Dexies?
I don't know. I imagine it'd probably be like...
Ritz?
Yeah, I reckon it's probably like Ritalin.
Those would be the two.
Actually,
off
no.
the top of my head.
I don't know. I don't know what it would be.
Because Ritz is like a focus thing, but Dexies is a... Oh, no, they both are.
Yeah, like, why would you need one or the other?
Not 100% sure the difference.
Because one of my mates has got ADD, and he takes, like some fucking form of speed, like, which is weird, because you think that would...
That's probably the Dexies. Dexamphetamine is basically does the same thing as gear does.
Yeah, right. So, like, how does that help ADD? Surely that would make it worse.
No, because it focuses you. ADD is not being able to focus, right?
Oh, yeah, I suppose.
If you give something...
But, like, they wouldn't...
lock your mind onto one task.
Surely then they wouldn't give, like, Dexies to people with ADHD, because that's what... Then they've also got the hyperactivity.
No, they still give it to cunts because it's a treatment for the lack of attention. I feel like treating the attention deficit, not the hyperactivity. You could have something else for that. Valleys, maybe.
That's fucked. On the Dexies and the
Valleys for your ADHD. Fuck yes, cunt.
Bro, that's so bad. It's like...
Normal.
It's like, oh...
These doctors, man. They're like, yes, you have problem here. Here's drugs.
But it's so like, just... It's like they're fighting each other. Like, the uppers and downers.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucked.
Yeah, and you'll get all the side effects based off that. But at least you won't have ADHD, right?
At least you won't have ADHD.
Fucking hell.
That's mental.
Yeah, I think this might be completely wrong, but I think Ritz would be better suited for ADHD because they're just a focus, they're less energy.
Yeah. Whereas
Dexies will give you a drive as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Because I feel like Dexies could make you even more, like, energetic.
Yeah, definitely. You bounce off the walls on them things.
Yeah.
Your jaw goes fucking a million miles an hour. It's like fucking Weber. It really is.
Yeah.
It's just like a mental stimulant. So what do you have?
I don't know what I have.
I mean, diabetes, maybe.
Yeah, but that's fucking weak. That's weak.
Yeah, that's...
As far as, like...
Yeah, where's your medical
problems go?
No, I don't know. That's a pretty full-on one.
Yeah, but it's not bad, though. It's like, I'd rather have diabetes than fucking depression or anxiety or insomnia.
I don't know. Maybe because you're used to it. If I got it now, I'd find it way worse than you find it. You know what I mean?
I don't know, because I've thought about this, like, and obviously it would be shit, but it's like, it's one of those ones that you can still have a life, a normal life.
Yeah.
It's just slightly different, and there are just a couple things you need to do. Like, I think of it as like brushing your teeth. Like, nobody wants to brush their teeth.
It's just a habit, right?
You've just got to do it, like, but it's like with insomnia, that actually... that changes the way you live dramatically, like. And
Like
same with
appointments
depression and
and shit,
anxiety
yeah.
and shit. You can't do certain things. I can do everything a normal person can.
Yeah.
It's just I have to do these other things as
There's
well.
another step involved, but you can still achieve it.
Yeah. It's like I'm not restricted in any way. And if you haven't slept in 3 days, it's like life's a fair bit harder.
Yeah, everything starts going fucking vibey at the edges of your vision and shit. It's weird. Lose your depth perception. Shit tastes different when you're heavily sleep deprived.
Damn.
Like, that's a thing.
Like better or bad? Or
Depends how hungry you are. If you're hungry, better. If you're not, then worse.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, it actually alters your taste quite a bit. Like, I was eating a peanut butter and honey sandwich after I've been awake for 2 days. It doesn't taste like anything like peanut butter and honey sandwich, man. Like, you're more, yeah, I don't know, you're tasting the texture and all this. Yeah, I don't know. You're less focused on what you're familiar with. Yeah, looking at all the elements that you've never really considered. Like, how gritty peanut butter is.
Yeah. Well,
It's like basically like sand.
bro, it just goes to show like how much your mind has influence over your entire body. Like, I think we might have talked about this guy on one of the podcasts, but I was watching this thing by Darren Brown, and he's manipulating this guy into not being able to feel pain. So, because it's part of this massive experiment he's doing, I'm pretty sure I explained it or to someone, I don't know.
Yeah.
Everything's a blur. But the whole thing is what he does is he trains the guy to get his fist and tap it on his head 3 times, like 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
And that makes him invincible. So like, and the way he's training him is, it's so weird. Like the first time, like, and you think for something like that you're gonna need like years of training to not feel pain. But the first time this motherfucker does it, it's mental. Like, it's fucking mental how fast this dude does it. He's sitting at a desk, like, across from each other, and he's explained it to him, and he puts him into this, like, hypnotic state through, like, trigger words and shit. Granted, trigger words had already been implemented over, like, about a month still.
That's crazy.
But he's using these trigger words to get him into that state. But once he's in the state, he explains to him, like, you tap your head 3 times with your fist and you can't feel pain. And he gets the back of his hand, pulls the back of his hand up, like the skin, and gets a needle and starts to press it. And he's like, and it's like Darren Brown, the guy who's running the operation, he's not doing anything. The guy has the needle in his hand and Darren has the dude's skin. And he says, get the needle and just touch your skin with it. And he's like, can you feel that? And the guy's like, no. He's like, alright, just apply a little bit of pressure. And he's like, can you feel that? And he's like, nah. He's like, alright, just slowly start to apply pressure. And he starts doing, he's like, can you feel it? And you can see it, like, it's pushing in fucking hard. It would be hurting.
Yeah.
And he's like, alright, so now just push it through whenever you like. And the guy looks at him, just looks up, and he's like, yeah, it's alright. And he's obviously, like, at this point, it's like, he's gonna feel that. Like, if he pushes a fucking pin through his skin. But there's a part of it's just like, because he's already, like, he's been told that he's invincible, and something you would normally feel, which isn't bad, like, the mind's tricked him into not feeling this tiny bit of pain, and it's just, like, amplifies it really fast.
Yeah.
So he pushes it through, and and then Darren lets go of his skin, and the pin's just sitting there, like, stuck to his hand. He's like, I can't feel anything at all. It's fucking mental.
Wow.
Like, it's so fucking crazy.
That's insane.
Like, the whole purpose of this was to get him to, was to give him the courage to sacrifice his life, because he has to step in front of a bullet for this other guy.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh man, like, you need to watch this shit. It's on Netflix, it's called Sacrifice. But like, oh man, it's fucking, I cried at the end of it. It was so fucking heavy. Like, the guy, you see it, it's like, because it's all set up, it's all actors and shit, and so no one actually got hurt. But yeah, it's massive setup. He gets given a jacket with fucking blood pouches in it, and I'll spoil it. So spoiler alert if you're listening. If you wanna, he does do it, but you see it. It's all going down because he's in the middle of Mexico, and there's a bikie gang about to kill this illegal immigrant, and you see it, and it's all about to go down. He's about to get shot. and then it goes into slow motion, and you see the dude sitting in the car, and he sits there, and you see him just do bang, bang, and like 3 times on his head, and then he gets out, and he's arguing with the guy, and then finally like steps in front of the bullet and gets shot. But obviously it's a, it's like a rubber bullet or whatever. And he's sitting there and he's freaking the fuck out. Like, he's on the ground, he's looking at the blood coming out of him, and he's fucking crying, he's just losing his mind because he thinks he's about to die. Oh man, how fucking, like, traumatic would that be?
Fucking hell.
It's like, it's questionable, like, the morality of doing that to a person, but it's alright because he explains it. The dude, like, Darren addresses it, he's like, I understand that this is really fucked up to do to someone, but, like, I'm doing it so he can understand when he's being manipulated. Like, that's the whole purpose of the shows he does. But yeah, it's fucking mental. And his like wife's there and everything, so like she comes over and like she's like, bro, you're not gonna die, chill. But yeah, it's so fucking intense. Got my carbon fibre case. It's not actually carbon fibre, it's carbon fibre wrapped, but it was $15. I'd be surprised if it was fucking carbon fibre.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Still looks sexy.
Does indeed.
If you could have anything made out of carbon fibre, what would it be?
No,
anything
fuck.
in the world.
Now you put me on the spot. Automatically, I've just gone to like huge things.
Yeah.
Like things that I could potentially sell for a lot of money. Because what do I want a giant carbon fibre thing for?
Shit's pretty strong. I wouldn't mind a car, like, with a carbon fibre shell.
Okay, first thing I thought of was a skyscraper.
Fucking hell.
Second thing I thought of was an Apache helicopter.
Yeah, that was my next pick.
Like,
Not specifically Apache, but just anything.
Big old fucking helicopter carbon fibre coated.
How would you even make a carbon fibre skyscraper?
Freaking lots of carbon fibre. Just put a carbon fibre, brother. Get it up there. I don't even know
how the shit's made. Like,
yeah, just coat it. It's not like made out of carbon fibre.
What do you mean?
Building.
Oh, I see.
Just coat it.
Yeah. That's still. So yeah, that wouldn't be hard.
Significantly less carbon fibre.
Why though? Why would you need a skyscraper?
I don't know. See, I hadn't thought it through yet.
Yes, I understand.
This is a precursor thought.
But like, smaller things could be better too. Like, what's something that...
About a carbon fibre drone.
Yeah. Sturdy, but,
Yeah, I want it to break, yo. Might crash that shit one time.
I keep thinking like a water bottle, but it seems a bit weak.
Bomb.
Yeah. Purely aesthetic, but not necessarily. It's not going to break if you drop it.
Yeah. It'd have to be manufactured properly, though. Only fucking outgassing.
That's it. Because it's not just carbon fibre, is it? It's like something else.
I honestly don't know how it's made.
Well...
Like, I've seen it being weaved and shit, but I don't know how the fibres are fabricated.
Well, it'd be fucking... Well, first it has to be turned into fibre, so you would probably get the carbon to... Right, well, first you got to get it from a gas to a solid. So, however the fuck you do that. Then you'd have to get it into a fibre form. Which probably means... And when it goes from gas to solid, it's most likely in powder. So it's going to be mixed with something. So it can be turned into
fibre. It needs to be emulsified. Potentially with a liquid.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, but I don't know what they use.
Then have to solidify it, and then have to be pressed into... Would it be pressed into, like, sheets, or would it be manufactured as strips that are then put into, like, a designated amount for each set of weave?
I don't know. I feel like it would probably be... Because once it's in the liquid, it has to dry. I reckon they'd probably dry it into sheets and then turn the sheets into fibre.
Yep. And then weave the strips together to make another sheet that's hell strong.
Yeah.
That sounds like work.
It does. It's probably why it's so fucking expensive. Strong.
Can I have a skyscraper?
Yeah.
Coated. Real quick. Cheers, guys.
Real quick.
Just knock that one up for me. You asked.
It seems like a more aesthetic thing rather than... Like, at this point anyway, it's like... What practical use is there for carbon fibre, which nothing else can do?
I don't know. I know I made carbon fibre the hood of his ute.
That's probably more aesthetic.
Yeah, it's essentially for the lols, yeah.
Mm.
It looked hell weird too because it was a full white ute.
Oh, that's a bit.
And then he put his fucking black carbon fibre all over
It's
the
alright if it's like a black or grey car, but if it's white, it contrasts a bit much.
Well, I never know what to think of those. I always think that they're cool, sort of.
Oh, with the different coloured hood.
Yeah, in like a I'm a hell ghetto cunt sort of way.
No, they can look good, even not in a ghetto way. Like, I got a mate, like, you know, Zach.
Mm.
Yeah, his older brother's got a car, it's like, it's blue, like that Powerade blue.
Yeah.
And then it's got a black hood, like a matte black hood.
Yeah,
so and it's like fucking beast of a car, like.
They'll potentially look hell gangster.
Yeah, it looks fucking dope.
But from, like, yeah, it's from the point of view of a hood chucked together car, not a professional fucking stock.
The thing is, like, that is an aesthetic that works,
It's
but
customization.
it's a lot easier to make it look ghetto than make it look good.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
it just naturally looks ghetto unless it's the right car or whatever.
It's probably because every cunt seen one rapper do it with their fucking lowrider. And it was like, yes, I can do that with my Honda Civic Stitch.
Well, I don't know. I don't see many lowriders with it. I thought it was more of,
What? Because lowriders tend to have no hood.
yeah, they do. Just as much as any other car. Surely. Where are you pulling that?
From fucking show lowriders that have cunts will remove the hood to show off their engine.
I suppose, but like, they still gotta have some sort of hood, surely.
These cunts, man.
I don't know.
They'll install an engine that won't accommodate a hood anymore.
Yeah.
It's either got to be permanently up
It's
or
like-
off, so they might as well just remove the cunt.
It's like there's fucking 3 squared centimeters of hood left. It's just like a rim. You lift it
Yeah.
up and you gotta be careful you don't snap it
Mm.
because there's so much fucking engine sticking out the front.
I mean, it looks better than when cunts cut a hole in their hood for their blower to come out the top of.
Bro, I seen a fucking disgustingly big ass fucking what are they even called? There's a name for them.
What?
The things that stick up the front of your hood, let the air out.
It's a blower.
No, it's not a blower. It's
Man.
like,
Well, that's what Dad calls them, so it's a goddamn blower.
oh no, there's a fucking name for them. I know it. I don't
It's
know
the
it.
engine's ventilation, yes.
Yeah,
you're
I
talking
think
about.
so.
That's all I know it as. Leave a comment if you know what that shit's called.
Yeah.
The big fucking blower on the top of your engine.
No blower.
Yeah, because it blows fucking hot air out of it.
Oh, it's like, it's right on the tip of my tongue. Fuck me.
Is it something exhaust?
Nah, I keep thinking exhaust, but it's not.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, it's fucking... I don't know. But, no, the reason, also, the reason I know it's not that is because Dad called it its actual name once, because, you know, he plays Real Racing 3.
Yeah.
And he was customizing some fucking, like, Subaru or some shit. And he's like, oh, we'll put this thing on the front.
Yeah. It's a blower, man. Swear to God. If I said
Maybe
that
it
to
is a
some
blower.
fucking car head,
Maybe it is a
surely
blower
they'd
and
know
I'm
what
just
I'm
fucking
talking about.
retarded. I don't know. I literally have no idea.
Like, I agree with you, that's probably not the actual name. Although, having said that, you know the fucking, those foam hoods that you get for a microphone?
Yeah.
Do you know what that's called?
Dead cat.
A dead cat.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's called a dead cat.
It's called a dead cat.
It's dead set called a dead cat.
I've never heard that. I've never seen that anywhere ever.
Oh, actually, I don't know if the foam ones are called a dead cat.
What are you thinking of?
Oh, well, the ones that are furry that they put on boom mics for news reports and shit.
Oh, like a muffler.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, not one of those. Like a, like it's like a stand and then some like
Yeah.
a frame with like 3 or 4 panels on the inside.
Yeah,
That's like that foam, and audio cancelling foam.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Do you know what that's called?
No, that's not a dead cat.
You're gonna be upset when I tell you.
It's like a pop filter.
Oh, that's this thing.
What's it called?
A mic thing.
A mic thing.
A mic thing.
Oh, it's called a fucking mic thing. Oh, that's great.
I would have called it a mic hood or something.
However, is that like?
That's the name I came up with it until I realised it was called a mic thing.
Nah, surely it's called a mic hood. It's not a.
It's not, man.
Alright, whoever fucking came up with this name, fuck you, mum's a fucking hoe.
Oh, bro. You don't understand how much that pissed me off. Because, like, I was looking for them, I think when I was up in Darwin, me and Dad were going fucking hunting for them. And we were asking people, like, you got mic woods and shit, and they didn't know. And someone in the music shop called it a mic thing. And then I heard Birdbrain refer to it as a mic thing in Messenger. And so it's a mic thing, man. That's what it's called. I've seen it online as well. Type in mic thing, you'll see those in Google Images.
A mic thing.
Yeah.
Bro, it blew my mind when the guy told me it was a dead cat. I was like, hey, you're taking the piss. It just looks like a dead cat, that's why you call it like that. And he's like, nah, bro, it's the actual name.
Dead cat. That's good. I don't use those. Because I don't do outdoor filming.
Yeah, no, not really. Or you do, but...
Well, not with audio.
Yeah.
All the audio's done here in the studio.
Studio.
Yeah, it's what it is, man. This half of the room's the studio, that half is my bedroom.
Bro, when are you gonna paint your fucking noise cancelling?
Probably when I move house.
Fair. You moving house soon? Do it now.
Ah.
Do it right now. Move house right now.
So here's the thing. All my applications keep getting turned down.
That's fair.
So I could say yeah, but it's probably not the case.
Yeah. Are you moving in with Kels?
Yeah, I've applied for like, I don't know, like half a dozen houses or something now.
Yeah.
Over the last, well, this year. And it's July, so 6 months.
You'd be renting it, wouldn't you?
Yeah. But no luck.
I suppose you wouldn't really need a big house either, if it's just you two.
Yeah, that's it. Like preferably a 2-bedroom, so I can have one of them as a studio.
Yeah.
And that's literally all I'd want. I'd like a shed as well.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I've had a shed.
Yeah.
I want my shed back.
Just so you can fucking build shit or whatever.
Yeah, bruv. I miss it. I miss having access to tools and shit. Like, I don't have a hammer.
Yeah.
I've got a tomahawk. I can use the back of that as a hammer, but I literally don't own a hammer, man. It's fucked. Not a proper man unless I've got a shed.
Not a fucking real man.
Real man has a shed. I fucking miss the shed so much, man. It's the one thing I do not like about here. I can deal with it being halfway up the fucking hill and walk everywhere up the hill. I can deal with it being literally 2 rooms is my entire house. I wouldn't mind a shed.
They go pretty good.
You can just go to the shed and fucking chill.
Yeah, and if you need to build something, it's like even when we had a shed, it was like, we had a shed, but it wasn't like we had a lot of tools. Like, we had a lot of tools, but, like, compared to what I've got now, like...
Yeah.
Basically, the only thing that I can't really do, except for, like, obviously, like, very specific things, like, I don't have a fucking router or anything like that.
Okay, yep.
But probably the only major thing is I don't have any welding gear. Not that I can weld anyway, but, like...
That's the one main thing.
Yeah. Like, I've got a fucking angle grinder, I've got a lathe, I've got a fucking, like, electric sander, I've got a fucking circular saw.
Yeah.
Like, I can pretty much build anything out of wood, and got a, like, angle grinder so I can do shit with metal, but...
Yeah. Can't glue it together.
Can't glue it together.
Yeah. You've got a fucking... what's that fucking... the mini bandsaw thing called?
Scroll saw.
Scroll saw, yeah. And a lathe. That's something not many people have.
That's it. Not that I use it much at all, really. I probably will actually use it soon though, because my girlfriend's brother, because like I was telling him about like how we used to make guns out of wood.
Yeah.
And his mum's like, oh, like that'd be like really awesome if you could make him one for his birthday. And I was like, yeah, sure. So like. And he was showing me, like, what type of gun he wants, and yeah, so, like, and you know how, like, how the guns were that we made.
Yeah.
So, like, now that I'm, like, an artist, like, an actual artist, like, I mean, I sort of was back then, but not really. Like, I can envision something like so much more better than what we're doing.
Yep.
And like 100%. I know how to do it too.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna make this thing fucking amazing.
Nice.
Like
nice.
It's gonna be so sexy. Keen.
I really miss woodworking. It's kind of sad right now.
Oh. Get a fucking... Just like... I don't know. Go find some wood and use your tomahawk and just tomahawk some shit.
Yeah, I really want to.
Or get a knife and just carve shit.
Yeah, that's what I miss. I miss being able to sit in the shed and just be able to whittle and not have to worry about wood chips all over the floor. I can't do that in my house.
Just get a fucking towel and put it down.
Yeah, fuck, really. Well, whittling's like a thing you do on the spare of the moment because you're bored, not I'm going to set up and whittle.
Yeah, true. Or even just fucking, I don't know.
I can sit here and whittle over the bin, but it's going to go like around.
You got a vacuum cleaner?
I do, but really?
I don't know, just do it on your table and lift the shit up.
Again, really? All the shit on my table.
Oh, I'll clear your table off.
Bro!
There's ways around this shit.
No.
You can't have your cake in it too.
That's
you
what the
can't
table's for.
have
shit on it. And clear the table. What the fuck? You guys hearing this? Fucking wants me to clear the table.
Oh, well, shit, if you want to whittle, then you gotta make sacrifices.
Nah. Go to the shed.
Bloodshed.
Fuck you, man.
Do it out the window. Stand at your window and whittle.
Yeah, true. I need to find someone who has a shed so I can just borrow it.
Still,
like, hey man,
the spur of the moment thing.
Hi, yeah, I'm coming over. I don't want to talk or anything. I just want to sit in the shed. Please just stay inside and don't acknowledge me at all. I'm just gonna be in the shed.
Oh fuck. Damn, well you can come over to my shit anytime you like.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, you got the best shed out.
Yeah. You haven't seen my chin-up bar, have you?
No.
You remember those tall, light green cabinet things? Like, you remember, like, the one with the door that doesn't open properly and, like, I kept all the paint in there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, you know how there was that one and then there was, like, a shelf which was part of the same thing, but it was two different things?
Yep.
So, basically, like, they were all pushed over to one side, up against each other. I moved the shelf out, drilled a fucking hole through the back of the cabinet, drilled like half a hole, like about the, what's that, like fucking 5 centimeters diameter, and like, yeah, I drilled half a hole on the top because the shelf is slightly lower than the cabinet.
Yep.
So I drilled it as high as I could on that, and then basically got my chin-up bar, which was a piece of bendable, like stiff pipe with 3 bits of rebar, which are about like 2 meters long, all stuffed down there. I put the first 2 in, and I fucking was putting the last one in, and I'm like, I put about that much, like about 3 centimeters in there, and like, yeah, this isn't going in anymore. So I'm like, I got a good idea. I'll just hammer it all the way down. I'll hammer 2 meters of rebar in, and I got about fucking 30 centimeters in. I'm like, yeah, this is it. This is fucking a suicide fest. I'm not down with this. So I got it halfway in, and I'm like, fuck this, I can't do it anymore. So I cut it off and went in from the other side. So there's about 10 centimeters of weakness in the middle, which I sort of wish I'd just committed and done it, because like it bends a little bit. It still works really good, but it would be a bit stiffer.
2 pieces of Rio's not bad. I honestly thought you were just going to say like the chin-up bar was a piece of Rio.
Yeah, no, I was going to, but it's too thin.
Yeah, it'll kill your hands, bro.
This already kills my hands because...
Yeah.
But it's not bad. It's smooth on the outside. I wear gloves when I do it, so it's like, it works.
Need some sponge grips.
But it's like, it's just above my head height too. It might be a little bit rough for you. You'd probably have to duck, but I can walk under it without ducking.
Yeah.
So yeah, it works good. Doesn't compromise the practicability of... Is practicability a word?
Practicability? No, practicality.
It doesn't compromise the practicality of the cabinet or the shelf, so that's good.
Yep.
I do need to secure the end though, because it pops out of one side. Which isn't sketchy, it's just a bit...
Isn't sketchy.
You can't swing
when
on it though.
When your chin-up bar pops out the side.
Because the shit isn't attached to the floor, so if you swing on it, the whole shelf comes down. But as long as you're just going up and down, it's fine.
Yeah. Oh, going for a little bit.
What was that?
So we're going for a little bit.
Yeah.
A podcast usually hit about an hour.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's hard to tell because we've only done 2 of them.
Yeah, well,
Last one was
That's-
like an
that's-
hour 20.
that's plural. Yeah, the one before that was like 56 minutes or something.
So on average,
On
I
average.
suppose. About an hour, yeah. Right,
About an hour.
I'll see the logic.
I mean, if we cut this one short at what 45 minutes odd, then the average will go down to about 50 minutes.
Yeah. But we've got to think about the average.
Think of the average,
Gotta
man.
think of the average.
Will someone please think of the average?
Jesus, the average always goes unnoticed, and it's just really
Yeah, the average gets no credibility.
no, it's ridiculous.
It's pretty much just a shunned concept.
A shunned concept.
Imagine being a shunned concept.
Yeah, you're kind of a shunned concept,
Man,
just a little bit. Not as shunned as other concepts, but I mean, if you look at the big picture, you're really on the bottom end of shunned concepts, but. Like cannibalism's right up there as far as shunned concepts go.
Fuck it. Why do I make it into the same category or be
No,
at
that's
the
what I'm
other
saying.
end?
You don't. You're like cannibalism's right up here, and you're way down there.
Well, that's confusing. Oh, first of all, you've put shunned concepts like top being the most shunned.
Yeah.
I was picturing it like from the bottom up
Why is that?
because it's a bad thing.
True, but it's
Like
the most
the
shunned,
worst
so
you
it would
get,
be
the
the
lower
highest,
you go. Oh, really? Like you're winning at shun.
I suppose.
Yeah, okay.
All right, I think this is the order it goes in. It's like up the top you got like cannibalism, like incest, bestiality, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Like genocide.
Pedophilia.
Yeah, like
Shunned
Marxism. Marxism's probably like a bit below those
medium,
ones.
medium.
But then you got like being gay. You got I don't know.
Pretty much every
being
religious
Christian.
group at that level, yeah.
And then like you get a bit low and it's like smoking weed. Then it's like I don't know.
That's far less of a shunned concept.
Wearing slippers while walking on grass, like start getting to the real petty shit down the bottom.
Yeah, socks and thongs.
That's it. Wearing Crocs.
Wearing Crocs. I was going to say that. Socks and Crocs.
Oh. I don't know. Some people would argue that's up near the middle.
I reckon a lot of people would argue it's better than socks and thongs. Despite it being
Better
Crocs.
as in it's a good thing, or better as in it's more shunned.
Better, like it's better. It's not
Yeah,
shunned.
right.
Like it would be shunned less.
Yeah. Over socks and thongs.
Well, presumably you're already a Crocs supporter.
Crocs supporter.
I would assume that you would rate Crocs and socks over thongs and socks because of the toe thing that socks do when you wear thongs.
I think it's right. So everyone's pretty much down with thongs, right?
Yep.
But it's even if you don't wear thongs, you're like thongs are okay.
Yeah, it's
I'm not
the
gonna
socks and thongs that's an issue for some people.
Yeah, but if you wear Crocs, it's like no one gives a fuck if you wear socks and Crocs. Like if you hate the fact that people wear Crocs,
I would take notice. I see where you're going.
Right, so do you not like Crocs?
I don't. I laugh at people who wear Crocs.
Alright, so if you saw someone wearing Crocs, and then you saw another person wearing Crocs and socks,
Yep.
the one with socks would be more
noticeable.
shunned.
Yeah, and more shunned. Yes,
Right.
100%.
So to me, it wouldn't make any difference. Like, I don't have a hatred for Crocs, I just don't wear them.
No shit.
It's like, oh yeah, dude with Crocs, that's a thing.
You see, that'd almost be my reaction to Crocs. Although, like, I would never wear Crocs, but I don't go out of my way to make fun of people with Crocs.
Yeah.
I might have a bit of a chuckle to myself, that's about it. But if they had socks on as well, I'd be like, okay, this
Or
guy.
what about socks
where
and
are
thongs then?
Where are your shoes? Well, that's the idea behind socks and thongs. If you put your socks on, why didn't you just put your shoes on? Why have you halved out at thongs at this point? What is this?
Well, maybe it's because there are too many factors here. There are too many. Maybe your shoes are hard to put on. Maybe your thongs are closer. Maybe your feet are cold. And you
Okay, so
can't
in
be
public,
fucked.
at the shop, I think this is where it comes into its
right.
element.
Yeah.
Like, if in your own house you
Public.
do what you want, but if
Yeah.
you go to the shop wearing socks and thongs, then you could have just put your shoes
then
on. That's
there's
a
no
poor
excuse.
effort. That's the idea
You're
behind
being
it.
lazy. You should just put shoes on.
And now, socks and Crocs. Like, obviously Crocs you wear without socks, because they're like sand shoes. So
Yeah.
if you're putting your socks on, and then your Crocs, that means that is your preferred shoe type to like, for like functioning normal.
Mm.
You didn't put your runners on, You don't own any skate shoes, you don't own any sandals, you own Crocs, and you thought, because you're going to town, you better put some socks on.
I see. So it's like socks is more sophisticated if you go into town.
Yes.
I would argue that it's almost the opposite, because it's like...
No, socks is worse, not more sophisticated. Like, maybe they think so, but...
Socks is less sophisticated, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
In conjunction with Crocs, yes.
Yeah.
Because if you're one of these cunts, you're so trying, but then you just fell so short with your Crocs.
Yeah.
Why didn't you just
like,
wear your Crocs and commit? Why the socks?
You should have either just like...
What's this Band-Aid?
They're going halfway, that's what it is. It's like, why wouldn't you just wear your Crocs or go all the way?
Yeah, just commit to wearing Crocs. Why are you trying to pretend they're shoes?
Well, I mean, they are shoes.
They're not.
Kind of shoes.
They're like sand shoes made of rubber. That's some third world shit, that is. Can't make sand shoes out of tyres. And be like, yo.
I don't think they'll be around for long.
What, Crocs?
No.
Really? They've been around for like just a decade, surely.
Yeah, but still, no one wears them now.
The old cunts do.
Yeah, but how long will old cunts be around?
Yeah, but how long will it be for middle-aged cunts or old cunts and convert to Crocs?
Is that a thing? You reckon people will convert? They won't just realise that Crocs are bullshit and you can just...
I mean, old people seem to convert to woolen sweaters when they weren't like that throughout their fucking... like adolescence or even middle age.
Yeah, but they're not the same woolen sweaters that people were wearing 50 years ago. Oh, maybe they are. I don't know.
Very hard to tell the difference. If you got like an old dude from the 60s and like an old dude from today,
yeah.
Them cunts don't change. From 60 to that's 60 years. 2020 now.
Do you reckon it'd be the same?
Even bring it up to the 70s,
years?
so it's 50 years ago. Old cunts from the 70s? I'm not talking hip cunts with their flare jeans. Old cunts with their cardigan vests and shit. That's what old cunts wear now, man.
Do you reckon it'll be the same in 50 years, though?
Like, it's fucking... Bro, I don't know. It was like that in the 20s. That's 100 years ago.
Yeah, it was a bit different then, though.
Much different?
A little bit. They wore more suits and shit. Like, depends
old
on
cunts?
the class, but...
Once you're out of you're out of your middle age, you're an old cunt.
Yeah.
They don't wear suits anymore. Can't be
I don't know what old cunts were wearing in the fucking 20s. Like...
Woolen cardigans, man.
Were they, though?
Yes!
I feel like we're generalising one specific...
I'm just going to Google
like,
old man
demographic.
from the 20s and see what images come up.
I feel like they wore a lot more hats in the 20s.
Oh yeah, that's the thing.
Like...
Old man from Up. No. The 20s.
Yeah, so he still dresses in a fucking suit, doesn't he?
No, he has a woolly cardigan.
It's dead set of suit.
What, at his wife's funeral?
No, for like the majority of the movie.
Really?
He's wearing an old brown suit.
I'll go back to that one in a sec then. Old man from the 20s.
Yeah, see, they're all in suits,
you're not
but
old.
like...
You're not old. Give me an actual old guy like this guy with his woolen cardigan there. You can barely see it.
Yeah, that's
Elvis
fair.
Presley, fucking... These cunts aren't old. I said old man. These cunts are in their 30s at most. Except for that guy.
Yeah, what? Google's letting us down here. Yeah, see, I'll drop them
Okay,
up.
so it's more like a plaid overcoat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a suit, I guess, but not really a nice one.
It's not like a suit and tie. I don't know if he's got a tie.
Okay, well, alright. Maybe not the cardigan, but what about old man pants?
Yeah, old man pants.
With the tucked in, the white button-up shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Literally,
Always
like,
tuck their
every
shirt in.
cunt at fucking any church you go to looks like that.
Always.
You go to, like...
They'll always have their shirt tucked in.
a Salvo's fucking dinner, lunch, whatever. Every old cunt dressed like that.
Yep. That's facts. Big facts.
Alright, old man from the 20s. Let's go old man from the 60s. Whoa, zeros. 60s, there we go. Does it look much different?
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. You're like... But you know, how do we know these are from the 60s?
All those other ones clearly fucking...
Yeah, see, that's a fucking 4K photo. That's not... That one there, the black and white one, yeah.
Suit, I get ya. Yeah, how old is he though? You can't see his face.
Yeah. seeing a lot of Chinese guys. That's kind of weird.
I'm seeing lots of cunts in their 30s for a search in Google that says old man from the 60s.
Well, it's probably showing more 60s
related
than
content.
Old men.
Alright, from...
Just go old men. Just search them
old
up.
man.
See what comes up.
Search old man. Trump. Okay, so these cunts are literally wearing that same type of like collared shirt, bit of a vest. It's fuck all wool, to be honest. There's nowhere near as much as I thought. It's all that fucking collared old school shirt look. Yeah. And with these ones with their fucking that shit.
Right, Layla was giving me shit the other day because she was going through my fucking shirts, and I've got a black polo shirt in there from when I had work experience and had to buy a black polo shirt. And she's like, "Oh, what do you got an old man shirt for?" It's like, "It's just a work shirt." I don't have an old man shirt. Do I look like an old man?
I've got an old man shirt. It's hella gangster.
So I don't call my girlfriend a bitch. I'm a very respectful man. So she clapped.
Yeah, old man shirt.
That's a pretty old man shirt.
How old man shirt is that?
Yeah, it's got like the zip that only comes down to
collar
your like
zip,
collar.
woolen, long sleeve.
Yeah,
Fucking.
kind of fucked up.
It's got that sort of.
It's stretched.
Like rivers inside the collar texture look.
Yeah, like the.
It's where old
creases.
people buy shit from, right? Rivers.
Oh, I don't know.
Might be best and less or something.
Yeah, I feel like Rivers is a bit too high quality.
Well, people, no, it's not. Have you been to Rivers?
Yeah, they got some like non-old people shit.
Where? Which part of the
I've
store?
bought shit from Rivers.
I went to buy shoes from Rivers, and they had. I just want any kind of skate shoes, flat top.
Well, they don't have
kind.
like hip hop sort of shit.
They had old man shoes, man.
But they do.
That's
but they
all
also
they have.
They have like running shoes and shit too.
Oh, okay, maybe. Yeah, maybe. I just was overwhelmed by the amount of old man shoes.
Yeah, true.
Like
there is a lot. They do have a
leather, fucking
large
church
selection
going
of
shoes.
fucking like the smooth fucking
them ones.
Fucking smooth bottom ones.
So many, like hundreds.
Yeah.
With the entire shoe section, there's a little women's section with heels, a bit of a kids section, old man section.
Yeah, the old man section is dominating Rivers.
It was. Yeah. Scary. That's what they go to get their shoes then, maybe. You go to somewhere else for their plaid sweaters.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing a lot of plaid sweaters.
With the elbow patches.
Yeah. So that's when you go in for the handshake and like you grab the hand and like you grab the elbow.
Yeah.
How weird is that? When did that become a thing? You grab someone's elbow when you shake their hand.
Yeah, it's like a proper, it's full engagement. It's not just like fucking, how you like that. It's like, how are you, man? How you doing?
Because it's like you have to look in their
you
eyes.
have to lean
like,
right in and be like, yo, greetings.
I don't know. For some reason, I'm thinking like, it's coming off sort of patronising, but I don't know why. Like it's not. It's clearly like not.
My friend, how are you, my friend?
Oh, I don't know why. I think it's probably just because like, I think I know what it is.
Yeah.
It's because if you're doing that, it's like very formal. And it's like, if you just go in for the handshake without the elbow hold, and they do, it's like, oh, I'm better than you, I'm higher class. I go in for the elbow as well.
Oh,
and it's like, because nobody goes in for the elbow anymore, unless it's like politicians or some shit. The everyday guy just shakes a fucking person's hand, they don't touch elbows. But if you do that just on an everyday basis, it's like, you think this situation is more sophisticated than it is. Like, if we just meet on the street and you do that to me, it's like, bro, we're in the middle of the street. I'm about to go to Kmart and fucking get groceries. Like, what are you doing that you're touching elbows? Why do you feel so important?
Yeah, I do get ya. Because it is something you see, like, fucking, like, the president fucking going along the line of people doing that shit.
Like, what do you think, you're the president? You gotta touch my fucking elbow for? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah. How formal is
Get
this
off me.
interaction? Stooge, it's the street.
Obviously, that is not what's happening, but, like, that's just in the back of my mind when it
Oh,
does.
it might be, because the alternative version to that is like a hood greeting, which is the least contact as possible. Well, not really, but like brief contact and like
Flair.
a series of fucking like non-formal actions.
That's it.
Like fucking bang, 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 bang.
Do you reckon the handshake, like a traditional handshake, will be around forever?
I think so.
Yeah, me too.
Because wasn't that sign of trust?
Yeah. Well, there's a bunch of things. Like,
It was like,
you know the song by Hilltop, The Art of the Handshake?
oh yeah, fuck, that rings a bell.
Yeah. Well, like in that, like, they were like, it's to show that the person you're greeting isn't carrying a weapon. So you shake their right hand.
Yeah.
Like, they're not reaching for a weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the fucking thing with ancient Indians, the how with their hand hold up. Do you know what that was?
Yeah, it was the same thing, surely.
No, it's because they were fucking mutants
Oh,
in the Americas with 6 fingers, cunts. Like
Yeah,
giants used to have 6 fingers, and like the descendants of giants were fucking the Hell tribe. Like they were
That's mental.
fucking against what is modern day Native Americans.
What, no mutes?
They were mutants, yeah, and they were fucking
Wait, you saying mutes or mutants?
mutant with 6 fingers, cunt.
Wait, so it's nothing to do with the fact that they couldn't
They
speak?
couldn't. No, it's to show that they had 5 fingers and were human.
Oh, I
fully.
see.
Hold your hand up. How many
Yeah,
fingers do you
right.
have? Are you a fucking
That's
hybrid
fucked
monster
up.
or are you
That's
a fucking
fucked up.
yeah, bruv?
I was thinking it was like, oh, they're like deaf
No,
or,
no, no.
or some shit. So it's like you're waving at them instead of like saying
Yeah,
something.
nah. You get 2 fucking tribes come up to each other,
was getting
face each
lost.
other like this. The chiefs both hold up their hand to show that they've fucking got 5 fingers
Right.
and they're not one of the ancient race or some shit.
So it's some racist shit then.
Basically,
They were discriminating against 6-fingered motherfuckers.
yeah. And that stems from like the hypothesis of fucking demons coming down to Earth and interbreeding with humans, creating giants, as well as
Give them 6 fingers.
other fucking anomalies like, you know, Medusa and fucking Minotaurs and shit. So I reckon them cunts were real. Maybe not in the way they're depicted now, but it's come from somewhere.
Yeah, look, if they were real, there's no fucking chance they looked like what we think they look like. Like, have you seen, what was it? I think it was elephants. People, like, back in the day, before photography was invented, people were hopeless at drawing elephants. Like, they just never got it. They just never figured it out quite how to draw an elephant. Like, it was because they were getting letters from people in Africa. Or maybe it was some. I don't think it was an elephant, but it was some big animal that was exotic and wasn't like in England and America and whatever.
It's like a rhino or a giraffe or some shit.
Yeah, I'm thinking it could be a giraffe. But like, you see all these pictures, and it's just like, what in the fuck is this thing? Like, it's just mental because it's like people writing this like, yeah, they got 4 legs and they got a big snake-looking nose that comes out of their face, and they're grey and they got short tails. And if you're just there and you don't know what I'm talking about, it could be so many things.
Yeah,
like,
I was picturing not an elephant when you were saying
yeah, like it's just like you have to be so specific if someone doesn't know what you're talking about. Like, imagine if there's a new animal and like you couldn't take a photo of it for whatever reason. Like, that's never going to be the case because we're just advanced enough at this point. But like, and someone's like, yeah, and it's like the only guy that's seen it. He's like, yeah, so it's like a shrimp, but it's got like 16 legs, but at the end of each leg it's got like this little red toe, and there's like it's got like 3 antennae on its face, but the middle one's like a bit longer, and it's like that could be so many things,
right?
Like, there's no way you're gonna get an accurate depiction.
It's good.
It's mental. There's probably a shitload of animals we haven't discovered, just especially in the sea.
Oh yeah, I'll fucking straight up. I was gonna say within the insect world, but yeah, sea life even more so.
Yeah. Like, there's that, like, what's the word? Not statistic. Fact, I suppose, is like a fact that gets thrown around like all the time, where it's like we
Like explored a certain percentage of.
yeah in terms of percentages, we've explored more. We can see more of space than we can the ocean.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Like in the
That's
ratio.
fucked, isn't it?
Yeah.
Considering how big space is, we can see a larger percentage of that cunt than the ocean. Really?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Well, you think about it. There's a lot of ocean. There's more ocean than there is land, and it's like there are even some places on land we haven't found.
I mean, yeah, but just fuck it. I'm trying to scale space down to a manageable size in my mind.
Yeah.
To try and make a comparison, and it's still just it seems like
that I don't know about that though, because it's like. Is it like?
I mean, yeah, like
space is pretty fucking big.
But we could see a long way through it.
Actually, I think no, I'm wrong. I just realised what I said was wrong. It's our galaxy, not space.
Yeah, okay.
We can see more of our galaxy than the.
That's more manageable.
Yeah, than the ocean.
I can wrap my brain around that.
Yeah, because I was thinking about it like that.
Because space is fucking big, man.
Space is way too big. It doesn't make sense. But our galaxy, yeah. That's what it is.
That's still pretty big. Galaxy, I was thinking solar system, but if it's the galaxy, that's still decent.
Yeah.
We can see more of our galaxy than we can of our own ocean.
But how much of that is, like, interpreted? Because it's like... Because they do that. They're like... They use interpretation to some degree. It's like... Because they look at a certain amount, they're like, right, this is this.
Yeah, they do it by a percentage and then multiply it to get the full figure. The problem with that is if your estimated fraction is even the slightest bit off, then your overall figure could be drastically affected.
Yeah, you could miss a whole fucking chunk of shit they didn't know was there.
100%.
And you can't just, like... You can't look at it all. There's just too much to look at.
I reckon that'd have to be in terms of, like, we know this star is here, not like counting the craters on every moon and fucking asteroid and shit.
That's it.
Like,
they're doing it based on stars and planets and distance.
Based on the scale.
Yeah, they can't go look at every star and examine it all.
This one shifts in temperature a couple of kilometres to the west by a few degrees above 100,000 because it's the sun.
Yeah, but like they have to prioritise what's important to find out too. Like that doesn't seem super important to us. That like a star might be a few degrees different at this time of year.
It's important. No, it's not important at all.
But it could be for some reason.
If you lived on Mercury, maybe.
Even if
we're
it's
going to
like
be affected here.
But even if it's like shit to do with the fucking satellite technology or whatever, like if you want to put a satellite out near fucking Mars and fucking I don't know,
and then the sun's going to fluctuate at you.
Yeah, you just got to know this shit.
With it somehow.
It's a bit different because it's like we pretty much got all the shit in our solar system sorted in terms of like finding out about it, but there's no real need to know all that detail when you go further out. Not yet, anyway.
Yeah. So that's an interesting point because the necessity is not necessarily something you want to wait on.
Yeah.
Like just because we don't need to go to space, we should ignore space.
Again, they have to prioritise whether or not that's important because they still have a fuckload of shit to do.
There's a balance. For sure. Like if they focused all the space race funding, for example, on restoring this planet, it'd last us a couple more fucking millennia.
Yeah.
Whereas if we keep going the way we're going, we'll probably burn it out in a century.
I don't think that's the way we should go. I think we should try and colonise Mars instead of trying to fix this one. Because there are ways to help it, but overall, eventually the population problem's going to be a big thing, and that's a morality issue. Like, because if you start telling people they can only have one kid, then like by that time it's probably just going to be easier to move to Mars, you know, like instead of doing all this political shit. And the thing is I'm sort of worried that it might create like a glass ceiling, like, you know what I mean when I say that?
Elaborate.
So like a class divide.
Yeah, if you're on Mars, you better.
Yeah, because obviously only rich cunts are going to Mars when it kicks off.
Have you seen? Is it Elysium?
Yeah.
Is that what that's called, with the big fucking
ring?
spaceship in the sky?
Yeah, with Matt Damon.
Yeah, that. That's 100% what'll go down.
That's how it'll happen. Earth will
become
into
the slum,
Yeah.
and Mars will become the rich area.
That's it.
Whack.
Or it could. This is probably a more darker sort of outcome if they fucking pull in England and send all the and Mars is the new Australia,
what?
and they send all of the poor cunts to Mars to fend for themselves, and it turns into a big fuckfest.
And free up Earth for all the people that can afford to stay.
Because in reality, that is so much better for the rich people.
Because it's Earth.
Earth's fucking great.
Everyone loves Earth.
Mars is shit. You gotta send all the shit cunts to the shit planet.
Yeah, you gotta live inside all the time.
That's it. You gotta live underground, or you gotta
have bunkers or
go out
suits and
you gotta wear shit all the time.
Actually, like, gear up to go outside.
Yeah, it's fucked.
Fuck all that noise.
No, I ain't about that Mars life. Not yet. Anyway, might be fun to visit, but probably not keen to live there.
I mean, I really, fuck that. You gotta in stasis and shit to go there. It's a one-way trip at this point.
At this point, yeah.
I might go to the moon if I get the opportunity in my lifetime.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll be going to Mars.
That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't visit Mars. Like, obviously, you can't visit Mars at this point. If the option, comes up to visit Mars for 2 weeks, then sure, I'll go check it out.
Mm-hmm.
But like,
fuck. Go check out Mars, you reckon?
But at this point, no, I'm good, bro.
Feeling the weekend. Duck over to
More
Mars
like
real
the
quick.
next 30 years.
Yeah. Well, it takes 4 years to get there.
4. I think it's a bit more than 4.
Really?
Bro, it's a one-way trip.
Yeah, but no, it's just... That's how long it took a satellite to get there, didn't it?
A bit more than 4.
Is it 8?
I think it's more like 20.
Ah, fuck off. It's less than 10.
Is it?
Yeah, and that's not that long. I thought it was 4.
Yeah, maybe I'm talking shit. I've got no idea.
It took a satellite 7 years to get to Saturn.
You're right. Well, I imagine a satellite would probably be going faster than a shuttle.
Well, not much faster.
Surely there's a certain speed that humans can go before they start turning into meat soup.
Terminal velocity doesn't apply in space. There's no gravity.
This is true. Fuck it, I don't know. Maybe it does take 4 years. Maybe I'm just throwing out. But if that's so, then why is it like a one-way trip there?
Because they're colonizing it, and like they can't afford to bring people back. It's send people there to get it going, and they live the rest of their life there getting it going.
Well, like, you know, they're like working,
settlers.
They're working on it. They got 4 people going up there.
Yep.
In like 22, I think.
Yeah, that's next year. Fucking hell. Oh, not 2 years ago. After. 2 years. 2 years.
But like, I was hearing about it a while ago, and they were talking about all the factors. Like, obviously, you need like it was like a minimum of 5 years like training to be an astronaut. So like,
yeah.
But on top of that, like, and this is probably a more difficult one, they had to filter out people that weren't compatible with each other, because you have to live together for like 4 years, right? So you can't be having fucking like
tiffs and shit.
That's it.
You cannot.
Nah. So like,
you literally all have to be the best of friends going into it.
Yeah.
To the point where you're all going into space to die.
Yeah.
Essentially.
And
it's the biggest bro-ship fucking thing ever.
And like, and I'm pretty sure, I don't know if I think it's 2 males and 2 females, which is also interesting, because I don't know if they're allowed to have relationships in there. I imagine they would, because that would be like, you'd have to.
Yeah, that's the point. They're colonizing Mars.
You'd have to, like, and not even that. It's like 4 years without that.
Yeah, you couldn't chill with a pair of the opposite sex for 4 years and be like, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, we ain't gonna fuck. We'll keep it on the. We'll keep it friends.
Maybe you're not allowed to though, just because of potential pregnancy. That'd be the worst. What if you're going to Mars and got pregnant?
That would fucking suck. Maybe they just always be on birth control.
That's still
It's
not
like a
100%.
requirement.
It's like 99%. Would they risk that?
I don't know. Well, it's like they have to give them a certain degree of freedom. It's like, what if they want to have a fucking baby on Mars? Like,
Yeah.
they can't just tell them this is what they have to do. Like, obviously,
Can they though? But because it's not their endeavour. They're 4 people that's been chosen to represent millions and millions of investment dollars getting to Mars.
if they're this is the other thing. If they're the type of people that are going to do that, I reckon they're probably going to be pretty fucking careful. Like,
Yeah, they'd be selfless enough to give it up almost. And even if they didn't, they just fucking precautions for days.
and they'd probably get people like who are like cool with abortion too, because it'd be like, oh well, you know.
So if that does happen, you can just perform a space abortion.
Apparently, I mean, like, well, that's how I'd do it. I'd get people who are cool with abortion. That's such a fucking like crude way of putting it. Yeah, it's called killing babies.
In the name of Mars
Name of Mars.
and sex in space. Very important.
Yeah. Sex in zero G.
That'd be different.
Yeah, me and the girlfriend were talking about that last night.
Bro, how would...
It'd be difficult, eh?
That'd be so tricky. You'd have to...
What if one of yous just started floating away?
Yeah, it'd be different. Like, there'd be no, like... Because, like, leverage is a thing
Yeah.
that you use during sex.
And momentum.
Yes.
Like,
Alright. That'd all be
it'd
completely
all be out the
different.
window. It'd be so fucking different. You'd probably have to do it a couple times to figure out what the fuck's happening. You'd like constantly have to be hanging on to them.
Yeah, it'd be like, yeah.
You couldn't let go.
Like, have you picked a bitch up and stood up and fucked them?
No, I don't think. Not like standing up, no.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be like that, but you're not standing. You're just floating as well. And you're just fucking floating around in zero gravity using your hands to like create the motion. Gripping on hips and shit.
That's it.
That's the only way I can think of it working.
Yeah, like.
Actually, you could fucking do some weird positions.
You could do. You
without the
Yeah.
restriction of gravity.
or like a floor.
Wow. Okay.
Damn.
Yeah, you'd be You'd be able to do all sorts of shit.
Yep. Like things that would be really uncomfortable normally.
Yeah.
Would be like.
It should be like relaxing. Floating under zero gravity, yeah.
Yeah, what?
Man.
Bro, I've got to try this shit.
Yeah.
You don't even have to go to space.
Ah.
Let's get a zero G chamber.
Yeah.
Yep.
Straight up. That'd be an experience.
Yeah. Put it on the fuck it list.
Fuck it list.
Yeah. You got a fuck it list?
Do I?
Do you?
Yeah, I feel like I do, but I can't think of anything now off the top of my head. Give me a sec. Fuck, I can't even think of anything. I really feel like there's things going on. I need to try that, and I've just forgotten them now, like the space thing.
Yeah.
If you asked me at a different time, I'd forget about the space thing.
Yeah, always.
Damn, I'm not very ambitious.
Yeah, we got one, but it's like it doesn't have a lot of ambitious stuff on it. It's like it's more just places we haven't yet.
Yeah, okay.
Like the ocean, just
Yeah, okay.
just places you normally wouldn't.
Yeah, in water would be interesting.
Yeah. On the roof, I think, is on there.
Yeah, okay. Shit. Just like fucking loose places.
Yeah, just fucking random ass places.
Oh, no, I sort of already did that.
What, on the roof?
No.
What, in water?
No.
What, made the list?
No, just sort of like semi-hectic public places.
Yeah.
Like just like in the middle of a forest. Or like on the couch at a backpackers. Just like a bit of adrenaline goes
Yeah,
with it.
it's like that.
But yeah, I don't know. I haven't got any specific ones. On a plane, maybe. That'd be fucking loose.
Yeah, always. What, like a commercial plane or?
Well, that's what I'm thinking. The logistics would be tricky. Go to the bathroom.
So sketchy.
Yeah,
like,
you can't walk in.
obviously, like,
Yeah,
there's
everyone's
no
like-
way everyone would know. Like, there's no way to sneak into an airplane bathroom. Like, there's literally eyes on you all the time.
No, go to the back one and like don't go both at once. leave, like you leave, and then give it a bit, and then she comes in, and hope the stewardess doesn't notice.
Yeah, that's it. Still, once they're in there, it's like a one person barely fits in a fucking aeroplane bathroom.
True. All right, private jet then. Wait
Right.
till I fucking make it.
Yeah, get a private jet.
Yep.
Wouldn't even be weird then, it'd just be normal.
Yeah, I'd still fucking get a kick out of it.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
like, yes,
Right.
my private jet that I'm fucking on.
just join the Mile High Club.
Yeah, that's what they're doing it.
That's literally their whole fucking gig. Just fucking on planes.
What the fuck? Like, how rich are you that you fucking, your hobby is taking your plane for a fly so you can root on it?
Yeah. Just thought of a good pun. Sort of half stole it, but didn't. Be like, I'm part of the Mile High Club because I'm up and coming.
Oh, yes.
I'll tell you how I half stole it, because there's another line where it goes, call this morning sex because I'm up and coming, or some shit like that.
Oh,
Yeah. My one's better, just saying. Just saying, for the record.
yeah, no, the punchline's the same, but this setup's completely different.
Yeah. Alright.
Spark or Flame?
Yeah, do we want to end it on Sparkle Flame?
We'll do a game of Spark or Flame.
It's Flame all the way.
Flame all the way. Tick tock, 13 seconds.
Oh, you fucking 13 seconds. Flame.
Flame. Nice. Fucking top shit.
Alright, hour and 20 is pretty...
This is our longest one so far. That brings the average up to about an hour and 5.
I'd say it's probably a bit... Yeah.
Maybe slightly more than that.
Yeah, maybe slightly more. Alright then.
Alright. Be fucking top cunts. Don't be shit cunts.
Yep. Don't be stitched up.
Don't be bitch marts.
Don't eat big drugs.
Don't be dick sluts.
Don't eat chips much. You want to stay thin.
Cunts.
Yeah. Thin cunts.
Yeah.
Alright, I've been DJYoung. This has been...
I'm the YoungTom. Some would say too young.
Nah, no one would say too young.
And this has been the poorly recorded Poorly News Can.
It hasn't. It has been the Sparkle Flame podcast, and I'm Danny Narco, your host. I'm gonna get fucking copyrighted.
You
for
saw
sure.
that. We're gonna fucking...
I'm not Danny Narco.
That whole fucking...
Or cut it.
Cut that shit.